Now, millions of Blackberry owners across Europe, the Middle East and Africa have been left without services following a server crash.
Yeah, owners of the smartphones are unable to browse the web, send email or instant messages. Well, our technology reporter Daniel Emery is with us now. How bad is this?
Well, it's quite a big one. The system went down about 11 o'clock this morning and it affected the UK, all of Europe, all of the Middle East and a big chunk of Africa. So a huge number of people, millions and millions of people been affected. And as you said just now, their smartphones have been, well, pretty well useless today. You can send text messages, but that's about it. Now, there's two different systems that are run on this. There's what's called an enterprise system, that's for big businesses, and then there's the consumer system. The big business are people like the people in the city will use that, and they've been okay. The people that have been most badly affected by this are people that use it for work, basically. Blackberry has made a point about the phones being very, very good for their email systems. So a lot of small businesses have been, unable to communicate if they've been out on the road, and many of them are saying that they've lost money because of this.
Right, and what caused this server to actually go down?
Well, that's the million-dollar question. What we suspect is that it's a server, we think, in Slough that had some kind of fault, and that knocked out the whole system. Now, a lot of questions have been raised about how a single fault could do this. I mean, obviously, Blackberry haven't said much about it. The only thing they said, we've just got a statement from them saying that we are working to resolve the issues, we're investigating, and we apologise to our customers for any inconvenience caused while this is resolved. Well, I'm sure we'll find out in a few days what actually happened. At the moment, Blackberry's main concern is getting it up and running.
And there's no suggestion of sabotage, is there? Because obviously, as you say, something like this has a massive impact on people's lives where they get completely dependent on it.
It's unlikely, to be honest. I mean, normally it's Occam's razor. The most obvious solution to the problem in this case is, something's just gone wrong somewhere and it's just knocked the whole system out.
So a server in Slough affects users of Blackberries in Middle East and Africa and across Europe?
Well, it used to be, our understanding was, in fact, it was all the servers were located in Canada. If you remember a little while ago, there were all the rows about privacy in Kuwait and India, and the whole issue was that all the data was sent to Canada and back. Now, to me, actually, it's quite news that there was a server in Slough. I didn't know that until today. So, but nevertheless, the whole thing about Blackberry is that they have secure servers in certain key locations, and all their data is relayed there and back because they, made a real virtue of the fact that when you send your data is secure. Of course, as now been seen today, the catch in that is if that system goes down, it takes out huge regions of the world.
And Blackberry users, are they pretty angry, irritated about this? Yes,
the BBC's had an awful lot of messages on this. I mean, one guy called Drew said, I'm really not impressed today. I use my Blackberry on a day-to-day basis, both for work and social reasons. Although someone does make a fair point that I cannot believe all those who use a Blackberry as a business tool have no backup system to fall back on. And also a view that you could apply to Blackberry as well, because it would appear that there was no backup system when this server went down that they could then switch and replace it with.
And they're still getting their messages to us, even though their Blackberries are down?
Well, yes, they're obviously using computers at home, so a few people have finally gone home and just vented their frustration.
And when should it all be back up and running?
Well, we've got reports now that some people are starting to get their messages again. I would be surprised if the system wasn't completely up and running by the end of the play this evening, but, who can tell? It's computers, they do things like this.
Thank you very much, Daniel.
All right.